Bone Bolango. It is not the largest regency in Indonesia. It is not the country's most famous tourist destination, and it rarely dominates international headlines. Yet hidden within this remarkable corner of Gorontalo lies a story of courage, resilience, extraordinary biodiversity, and untapped potential that deserves far greater recognition. This is the story of Bone Bolango, a land where history lives through legendary heroes, where ancient forests still protect some of the world's rarest wildlife, where towering mountains descend toward pristine coastlines, and where one of Indonesia's greatest natural treasures continues to thrive in relative silence. Located in the eastern part of Gorontalo province on the island of Sulawesi, Bone Bolango represents a perfect blend of historical significance, environmental richness, and strategic importance. For many Indonesians, the name Bone Bolango immediately recalls one extraordinary figure, National Hero Nani Wartabone, a fearless leader whose courage became a symbol of Indonesia's struggle for independence. His legacy continues to inspire generations, making Bone Bolango not only a place on the map, but also a powerful reminder of the sacrifices that shaped modern Indonesia. Yet history is only the beginning. Bone Bolango is also a regency blessed with extraordinary natural wealth. Its landscapes stretch from rugged mountain ranges and rolling hills to fertile lowlands and breathtaking coastlines overlooking the magnificent Tomini Gulf. Few places possess such remarkable geographical diversity within a single region. This diversity has created an ecosystem unlike almost anywhere else in Indonesia. Every mountain, every river, every forest, and every coastline contributes to an environment filled with life. Bone Bolango officially became an autonomous regency on February 25, 2003, following the enactment of Law No. 6 of 2003. The legislation established Bone Bolango and Pohuwato as separate regencies after they were divided from Gorontalo Regency. The creation of Bone Bolango formed part of Indonesia's regional autonomy reforms, introduced to improve local governance, strengthen public services, and accelerate regional development. It also followed the establishment of Gorontalo province itself in the year 2000, marking a new chapter in the region's administrative history. At the beginning of its journey, Bone Bolango consisted of only 4 districts: Suwawa, Kabila, Tapa, and Bone Pantai. The dream of establishing a new regency did not happen overnight. It was driven by the determination and aspirations of local communities who believed their region deserved greater opportunities for development. Community organizations and local leaders worked tirelessly to transform that vision into reality. Their efforts succeeded. What started as 4 districts has gradually evolved into a regency comprising 18 districts, with Suwawa serving as its administrative capital. This growth reflects not only territorial expansion, but also the government's continuing effort to provide better public services and improve the quality of life for its residents. Geographically, Bone Bolango occupies approximately 1,984 square kilometers. Its strategic location places it at the eastern gateway of Gorontalo province. To the north, it borders North Gorontalo Regency and North Sulawesi province. To the east lies South Bolang Mongonda Regency. To the south stretches the spectacular Tomini Gulf, one of Indonesia's most beautiful marine regions. And to the west, it shares borders with Gorontalo Regency and Gorontalo City. Its position makes Bone Bolango an important bridge connecting different regions of northern Sulawesi. The Regency's varied terrain creates enormous opportunities across multiple sectors. Agriculture flourishes on fertile lands. Fisheries benefit from rich coastal waters. Ecotourism continues to attract growing attention, and conservation efforts protect ecosystems that are globally significant. Perhaps Bone Bolango's greatest treasure lies deep within its forests. A significant portion of the Bogani Nani Wartabone National Park extends into the Regency. This protected area is one of Indonesia's most valuable conservation landscapes and among Sulawesi's most important biodiversity hotspots. The park safeguards tropical rainforests that have existed for thousands of years. Within these forests lives an astonishing collection of wildlife found nowhere else on Earth. The iconic Maleo bird, famous for laying its enormous eggs in naturally heated volcanic sand. The elusive Anoa, one of the world's smallest wild buffalo species. The remarkable Babirusa, often called the deer pig because of its extraordinary curved tusks. And the enchanting Tarsier, one of the smallest primates on Earth, recognized for its enormous eyes and incredible agility. These species are not simply animals, they are living symbols of Sulawesi's evolutionary history. Protecting them means protecting an irreplaceable part of our planet's natural heritage. Beyond its forests, Bone Bolango also offers spectacular marine experiences. Its waters are known for whale shark tourism, providing visitors with the rare opportunity to witness the world's largest fish in its natural habitat. These gentle giants attract travelers seeking unforgettable wildlife encounters while highlighting the importance of sustainable marine conservation. This combination of rainforest biodiversity and rich coastal ecosystems makes Bone Bolango one of the few places where visitors can experience both world-class terrestrial and marine ecotourism within a single destination. Natural resources further strengthen the Regency's strategic importance. Its mountains contain valuable mineral resources. Its rivers provide water for agriculture and local communities. Its fertile landscapes support farming. Its coastal waters sustain fisheries that contribute to local livelihoods. Together, these assets create significant opportunities for sustainable economic development when managed responsibly. Yet despite all these remarkable advantages, Bone Bolango remains one of Indonesia's least appreciated destinations. Many travelers pass through Gorontalo without realizing the extraordinary stories hidden beyond the main roads. Many have never heard about its national hero. Many know little about its protected forests. Many have no idea that endangered species still roam freely beneath its ancient rainforest canopy. And countless people remain unaware that whale sharks swim through its surrounding waters. Sometimes, the world's greatest destinations are not the ones constantly appearing on social media. Sometimes, the most unforgettable places are those quietly preserving their identity while waiting to be discovered. Bone Bolango reminds us that true greatness is not measured by popularity, it is measured by legacy, by resilience, by biodiversity, by culture, by history, and by the people who continue protecting these priceless treasures for future generations. As Indonesia continues to grow on the global stage, regions like Bone Bolango demonstrate that the nation's true strength extends far beyond its major cities. It lives in communities that preserve history. It thrives in forests that shelter endangered wildlife. It flourishes along coastlines where nature still reigns. And it survives through generations determined to protect both heritage and hope. Bone Bolango is more than a regency. It is a living classroom of Indonesian history, a sanctuary for extraordinary wildlife, a gateway to the natural wonders of eastern Gorontalo, and a powerful reminder that some of the greatest places on Earth are still waiting for the world to discover them. Perhaps the next time someone asks where Indonesia's hidden treasures can still be found, the answer should begin with one unforgettable name: Bone Bolango. But Bone Bolango's story does not end with its forests, coastlines, or remarkable wildlife. Its true strength has always been its people. Across its villages and districts, generations have built their lives by working the land, harvesting the sea, preserving traditions, and protecting the environment that has sustained them for centuries. Here, culture is not something displayed only during festivals. It is woven into everyday life. It lives in local customs, in family values, in community cooperation, and in the deep respect people have for nature and one another. This relationship between people and the environment has helped shape Bone Bolango into a place where development and conservation continue to seek a careful balance. That balance is becoming increasingly important. Across the world, forests are disappearing. Wildlife populations continue to decline. Marine ecosystems face mounting pressure from pollution and climate change. Yet places like Bone Bolango remind us that protecting nature is not merely about preserving beautiful landscapes. It is about safeguarding clean water, protecting food security, supporting local livelihoods, and ensuring that future generations inherit a world that is still rich with life. Every ancient tree standing inside Bogani Nani Wartabone National Park tells a story that began long before modern civilization. Every Maleo chick that successfully hatches represents another victory against extinction. Every Anoa that quietly roams the rainforest demonstrates the resilience of one of Earth's rarest ecosystems. Every whale shark swimming peacefully through Gorontalo's waters reminds us that the ocean still holds wonders beyond imagination. These are not simply tourist attractions, they are living treasures. Treasures that cannot be replaced once they disappear. Bone Bolango also illustrates how regional autonomy can empower local communities. Since becoming an autonomous regency in 2003, the region has continued expanding its administrative capacity, strengthening infrastructure, improving public services, and creating greater opportunities for economic growth. Roads have improved, educational access has expanded, healthcare services continue developing, public institutions have grown stronger. Although challenges remain, the progress achieved reflects the determination of local government and communities working toward a shared future. Its strategic location also presents enormous opportunities. Positioned at the eastern gateway of Gorontalo province, Bone Bolango serves as an important connector between neighboring regions in northern Sulawesi. Its transportation networks, agricultural potential, fisheries, tourism assets, and natural resources create the foundation for long-term sustainable development. As Indonesia continues investing in regional growth beyond Java, places like Bone Bolango are becoming increasingly significant, not because they seek to imitate larger cities, but because they possess strengths entirely their own. The future economy will not belong only to metropolitan centers. It will also belong to regions that successfully protect biodiversity, promote sustainable tourism, develop local industries, and empower their communities. Bone Bolango has the potential to become one of those regions. Imagine standing atop one of its green hills as morning sunlight slowly breaks through the clouds. Below you stretches a landscape where forests meet rivers, where villages rest peacefully between mountains, where distant coastlines sparkle beneath the tropical sun. It is the kind of view that reminds you how extraordinary Indonesia truly is. Then imagine walking beneath towering rainforest trees, listening to birds whose ancestors have lived here for millions of years, knowing that somewhere nearby, an elusive tarsier watches silently from the darkness, or an Anoa moves carefully through dense vegetation. Experiences like these cannot be recreated inside theme parks or luxury resorts. They exist only because nature has been allowed to remain nature. Then travel toward the coast. The rhythm changes. The scent of salt fills the air. Fishing boats return with the day's catch. The waters of Tomini Gulf shimmer endlessly beneath the blue sky, and if fortune smiles upon you, the gentle silhouette of a whale shark emerges beneath the surface, a creature larger than a bus, completely peaceful, completely majestic, a reminder that the ocean still contains miracles beyond human imagination. Few destinations can offer such extraordinary contrasts: ancient rainforest, rare wildlife, towering mountains, fertile valleys, pristine coastlines, marine giants, historic legacy, and welcoming communities, all within one regency. This is what makes Bone Bolango exceptional, not because it competes with Indonesia's famous destinations, but because it offers something increasingly rare: authenticity. There are no manufactured experiences here, no artificial stories, no need to exaggerate its beauty. Nature has already done that. History has already written that. The people continue preserving that. And perhaps that is the greatest lesson Bone Bolango offers the world. Not every remarkable place needs global fame to possess extraordinary value. Some places quietly shape history. Some quietly protect biodiversity. Some quietly inspire generations. And some quietly remind humanity what is truly worth protecting. Bone Bolango is one of those places. In an age where popularity is measured by views, likes, and algorithms, Bone Bolango reminds us that real significance cannot always be measured on a screen. Its greatest achievements are found in protected forests, in endangered species that continue to survive, in communities that refuse to abandon their heritage, in children who grow up surrounded by landscapes their ancestors also cherished, and in a legacy that continues long after headlines fade away. Indonesia is home to more than 17,000 islands, hundreds of ethnic groups, thousands of cultural traditions, and some of the richest biodiversity on Earth. Bone Bolango represents all of that in one remarkable destination. It is history, it is conservation, it is resilience, it is opportunity, it is hope, and above all, it is proof that Indonesia's greatest treasures are often the ones the world has yet to discover. So, before planning your next adventure, ask yourself one simple question. Do you want to visit the places everyone already knows? Or do you want to experience the places that will leave you speechless long after you return home? Because somewhere in eastern Gorontalo, beyond the crowded tourist trails and beyond the headlines, there is a regency waiting to tell its story. A story written by heroes, protected by forests, enriched by the sea, strengthened by its people, and destined to inspire anyone fortunate enough to discover it. This is Bone Bolango, one of Indonesia's greatest hidden treasures, and perhaps one of Southeast Asia's most unforgettable destinations. Yet the story of Bone Bolango carries an even deeper message. It reminds us that progress and preservation do not have to stand on opposite sides. A region can build new roads without forgetting its forests. It can strengthen its economy without sacrificing its wildlife. It can embrace the future while honoring the people who came before. That is the challenge facing Bone Bolango today, and it is also its greatest opportunity. Across Indonesia, regional governments are searching for ways to create sustainable growth. The answer cannot simply be bigger cities or taller buildings. Real prosperity is built when economic development protects the natural systems that make life possible. Bone Bolango already possesses those foundations. Its forests capture carbon and regulate the climate. Its rivers provide fresh water for agriculture and communities. Its fertile valleys support farming. Its coastal ecosystems sustain fisheries that feed families and strengthen local economies. Its biodiversity attracts scientists, conservationists, photographers, and eco-travelers from around the world. These are not temporary resources. If protected wisely, they can benefit generations yet to come. This is why conservation is not an obstacle to development. It is one of development's greatest investments. Every protected forest reduces the risk of floods and landslides. Every healthy watershed secures clean water. Every preserved coral reef strengthens marine life. Every endangered species that survives adds immeasurable value to the world's natural heritage. Bone Bolango has the opportunity to become an international example of this vision, a place where tourism does not exploit nature, it celebrates nature. A place where visitors leave with unforgettable memories while local communities receive meaningful economic opportunities. This is the future many destinations around the world are striving to achieve. Bone Bolango already possesses the essential ingredients. Its history creates identity. Its landscapes create wonder. Its biodiversity creates global significance. Its people create authenticity. Together, they form something that cannot be manufactured, something priceless. Imagine a child visiting Bogani Nani Wartabone National Park for the very first time, looking into the rainforest and realizing that the animals living there exist nowhere else on Earth. That single experience could inspire the next conservation scientist, the next wildlife photographer, the next environmental leader, the next generation of Indonesians determined to protect their country's extraordinary natural heritage. That is the power of places like Bone Bolango. They educate without classrooms. They inspire without speeches. They remind us that nature itself is one of humanity's greatest teachers. The same is true for its history. The story of Nani Wartabone is more than a chapter in a textbook. It is a reminder that courage can transform the destiny of a nation. His determination helped shape Indonesia's path toward independence. His legacy continues to remind every generation that freedom was earned through sacrifice, conviction, and unwavering hope. For the people of Bone Bolango, that legacy is not distant history. It remains part of their identity, part of their pride, part of the values passed from one generation to the next. And perhaps that combination is what makes this regency truly remarkable. It protects the future through conservation. It honors the past through history. It strengthens the present through community. Very few places achieve all three. The world often celebrates destinations because they are luxurious, or because they are famous, or because millions of people visit every year. Bone Bolango asks us to measure greatness differently. Measure it by the forests that still stand. Measure it by the wildlife that still survives. Measure it by the communities that still preserve their traditions. Measure it by the children who can still grow up, surrounded by rivers, mountains, forests, and seas that remain alive with possibility. Those are the measurements that truly matter. As global travelers increasingly search for meaningful experiences instead of crowded attractions, Bone Bolango is quietly becoming exactly the kind of destination many people have been looking for. Not because it has the tallest skyscrapers, not because it has the busiest nightlife, but because it offers something far more valuable: a genuine connection. A connection with nature, a connection with history, a connection with culture, a connection with people, and ultimately, a connection with ourselves. When we walk through ancient forests, we remember how small we are. When we watch endangered wildlife survive against incredible odds, we remember the importance of protecting life. When we learn the stories of national heroes, we remember that courage can change history. Bone Bolango offers all of these lessons in one extraordinary place. Perhaps that is why hidden destinations are often the most unforgettable. They ask nothing from us except curiosity, and in return, they leave us with perspectives that last a lifetime. So the next time someone tells you that Indonesia's greatest treasures have already been discovered, remember this name: Bone Bolango, a regency born from determination, shaped by history, blessed by nature, protected by its people, and filled with possibilities that the world is only beginning to recognize. Its forests are still standing, Its wildlife is still fighting for survival. Its mountains still greet the morning sun. Its coastline still embraces the endless blue of the Tomini Gulf. Its communities continue writing new chapters while honoring those who came before. This is not simply another destination on the map. It is a living reminder of what Indonesia truly represents: diversity, resilience, beauty, heritage, hope, and unlimited potential. Because the greatest places are not always the loudest. Sometimes they are the quiet places that continue protecting the things the rest of the world cannot afford to lose. Bone Bolango is one of those places, a hidden jewel of Gorontalo, a guardian of Sulawesi's extraordinary biodiversity, a homeland of heroes, a sanctuary of nature, and a destination whose greatest chapter may still lie ahead. When that chapter is finally written, the world will not simply discover another beautiful place. It will discover one of Indonesia's most inspiring stories. And maybe that is the question Bone Bolango quietly asks every visitor. What kind of legacy do we want to leave behind? A legacy measured only by economic growth? Or one measured by the forests we protected, the wildlife we saved, the cultures we respected, and the opportunities we created for future generations? Bone Bolango proves that these goals do not have to compete with one another. Economic progress becomes stronger when nature is protected. Communities become more resilient when history is remembered. Tourism becomes more meaningful when authenticity is preserved. This philosophy has become increasingly important in the 21st century. Across the globe, travelers are no longer searching only for beautiful places. They are searching for meaningful experiences. They want destinations with real stories, real people, real traditions, real ecosystems. Places where every journey leaves them with a deeper understanding of the world. Bone Bolango has every opportunity to become one of those destinations. Imagine beginning your morning inside the cool rainforest. Mist rises slowly through towering tropical trees. Sunlight filters through layers of emerald leaves. The sounds of birds echo across the forest canopy. Every step feels like walking through one of the oldest living ecosystems in Southeast Asia. Hours later, you find yourself standing beside the crystal blue waters of the Tomini Gulf. The breeze carries the scent of the sea. Fishing boats drift peacefully across the horizon. Beneath the surface swims one of the ocean's most magnificent creatures, the whale shark. Gentle, graceful, powerful. A living reminder that nature still holds mysteries capable of inspiring every generation. As evening arrives, the mountains glow beneath the setting sun. Villages begin preparing for another night. Families gather together. Children laugh in open fields. Life moves with a rhythm shaped by tradition rather than urgency. In a rapidly changing world, moments like these have become increasingly rare. And that rarity is exactly what gives Bone Bolango its extraordinary value. There is another reason why this regency deserves greater attention: education. Bone Bolango is more than a destination for tourism, it is a destination for learning. Students can study tropical ecology. Researchers can explore endemic biodiversity. Historians can trace the legacy of Indonesia's independence movement through the life of Nani Wartabone. Marine scientists can examine the unique ecosystems of the Tomini Gulf. geologists can better understand Sulawesi's extraordinary landscapes, which were shaped over millions of years by complex tectonic processes. Few places offer such an extraordinary combination of natural science, history, geography, and cultural heritage within one region. That makes Bone Bolango valuable not only for Indonesia, but for the world. International collaboration in conservation, biodiversity research, sustainable fisheries, climate resilience, and ecotourism could all find meaningful opportunities here. The forests of Bone Bolango contribute to global biodiversity. Its ecosystems help regulate regional climate. Its protected landscapes provide habitat for species found nowhere else on Earth. When these ecosystems thrive, humanity benefits. When they disappear, humanity loses something that can never be replaced. That is why every conservation success inside Bone Bolango matters far beyond Gorontalo. It matters to Indonesia. It matters to Southeast Asia. It matters to the entire planet. Because biodiversity does not recognize political borders. A bird does not carry a passport. A whale shark does not know where one province ends and another begins. Nature connects us all. Perhaps this is why places like Bone Bolango deserve far greater appreciation. Not because they seek recognition, but because they quietly provide benefits that extend far beyond their own boundaries. They clean the air, they protect watersheds, they preserve genetic diversity, they support local communities, they safeguard irreplaceable ecosystems. These contributions are impossible to measure with popularity alone, and yet they are among the most important contributions any region can make. There is also something deeply inspiring about the story of Bone Bolango itself. It began as a young autonomous regency with only 4 districts. Today, it has grown into 18 districts, reflecting years of administrative development, community participation, and regional progress. Growth did not happen overnight. It required vision, leadership, patience, and the determination of people who believed their region could achieve more. That lesson applies far beyond government. It applies to individuals, communities, businesses, even nations. Every great achievement begins with a vision that others may not immediately understand. Bone Bolango itself is proof of that truth. Once a newly established regency, now a region with expanding opportunities, extraordinary biodiversity, and growing recognition across Indonesia. Its journey is still unfolding. Its greatest achievements may still lie ahead. Imagine what Bone Bolango could become over the next 20 years. A leading centre for conservation in Southeast Asia, a world-class destination for ecotourism, a model for sustainable regional development, a place where economic opportunity and environmental protection grow together instead of pulling apart. A homeland where young people no longer need to leave in search of opportunity, because opportunity has been created at home. That future is possible because the foundations already exist. The history is here, the people are here, the natural wealth is here, the opportunity is here. The only remaining question is whether the world is ready to recognize it. History teaches us that extraordinary places often remain hidden until the right moment. For decades, many of the world's greatest destinations were known only by local communities. Then one day, the world discovered them. Perhaps Bone Bolango is approaching that moment. Perhaps the next generation of travelers will not simply search for famous places, they will search for authentic ones. Places that still feel untouched. Places that still tell real stories. Places where every sunrise feels earned. Places where every encounter with nature becomes unforgettable. If that day comes, Bone Bolango will not need to reinvent itself. it will simply continue being what it has always been: a land of heroes, a sanctuary of biodiversity, a gateway to adventure, a home of resilient communities, and one of Indonesia's most extraordinary hidden treasures. Because true greatness does not demand attention, it quietly earns respect. And long after trends disappear, long after viral videos fade, long after algorithms change, the forests of Bone Bolango will still whisper through ancient trees. The mountains will still stand proudly above the valleys. The waters of the Tomini Gulf will continue reflecting the tropical sun. The Maleo will continue searching for safe nesting grounds. The Tarsier will continue watching silently from the rainforest at night. The whale shark will continue gliding through the blue waters with timeless grace. And the people of Bone Bolango will continue protecting a legacy that belongs not only to Gorontalo, not only to Indonesia, but to the shared natural and cultural heritage of humanity itself. So remember this name, not because it is famous, but because one day it will be. Bone Bolango, a place where history inspires, nature amazes, communities endure, and the future is still being written. Perhaps the greatest hidden story in Gorontalo is no longer meant to stay hidden. Perhaps it is finally time for the world to discover Bone Bolango.